Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Okay, so now I want to eat the stockpile down. So what I made was, I made a kielbasa sausage. What I did is I boiled it, and then I fried it in a little oil, and I made a little tiny batch of Bisquick, and I rolled my kielbasa in the biscuit like a pig's in a blanket, and I just added water little by little. I rolled it out, and then I fried it in a frying pan. So now I want to make some macaroni and cheese to go with this, and so I want to use all the food up in my refrigerator. So I have a little margarine, and I sprinkled some flour, and I have a little powdered milk in the refrigerator, so I want to use that up. So I want to make a little white gravy. You don't have to make it homemade, but it's very easy. And then in my refrigerator, I had a little Swiss cheese. Most of this Swiss cheese I just ate for snacks. What I'm doing is I'm kind of cutting down on my sugar. So I'm letting myself eat things like cheese, you know, pretty much at will, just to get off the sugar, and it's really working. I just want a little batch. I don't want too much. So I'll just add the cheese little by little. Any kind of cheese. I don't see why you couldn't use Parmesan cheese. Any kind of cheese. Just like a little cheesy white sauce. Because I had a tiny bit of pasta left. So I might add more cheese. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so now I want to make a little salad, and I have one of these salad bags that I bought at 99¢ only. So I'll just make myself, I don't want to invest much in this salad. I just want a little salad. And so what I want to do is I want to put some salsa on my lettuce. I have tomatoes in there, but I want to use this salsa up. I'm eating my refrigerator down. And I'm eating the stockpile down. If you don't have a stockpile yet, just go for your kitchen and find whatever food you have and start eating it. I want to make my cheese sauce a little bit on the thin side, almost like soup. I like that. Okay, so now I have mustard to go on my sausage. I stockpile these sausages in the free. What I do is I stockpile any kind of cheap meat. I got these sausages. I was going to try to show you the package, but I can't find it. And then what's really good is, and you guys try this, is a little Parmesan cheese. I stockpile this too. And then, you know, I have some ranch dressing. And I have some leftover iced tea that I want to drink down. And so, let me see, how many minutes are we at? Okay, I have enough time. Okay, so now, you guys have seen these prophecy videos. Everything, prepare for the worst, brace yourself. That's probably good advice. And so, to do with the social media, this macaroni and cheese looks good. I'll show you in 1 minute. It's very hot. what to expect in the next 6 months. So we're bracing ourselves. Whatever comes, we're ready, we're bracing ourselves. That was a prophecy, and I thought it was a pretty good prophecy. But don't discover things we already know. At the beginning of the COVID, we had Jeffrey Epstein on the media, distracting us. And people get very emotionally wrapped up in the pedophilia thing. This time now we got Ghislaine Maxwell. And really it reminds me of Clue. You've got the billionaire. You've got the girlfriend of the billionaire. But the helpful friends, these are supposedly her friends, say, no, she wasn't his girlfriend because he doesn't like anybody over the age of 12. Those are the clues. Then we have the victims, right? One of the victims was an artist of partially nude children. She doesn't seem credible to me. Then we have the other victim who's got the pink hair, you know. I don't know about her either, you guys. But anyway, this is what's going on to distract us. If I was going to lock somebody up 35 years, you're going to have to give me a lot of evidence. You know, I'm not saying she wasn't bad. She probably was. But we've got her distracting us now. Okay, so last time, okay, look at my cheese sauce. Take a look at this. Last time, the corona hit China first. So what we would should expect is it should hit China again. So we're gonna watch China and say, what's going on in China? Ooh, yummy, this looks good. This could be any kind of cheese. A lot of times I use Velveeta cheese. So about 3 months before it hit here, it hit China. And we were then under self-quarantine in March. So we could expect another, here we are at the beginning of the second 6 months. In 3 months, we could expect another self-quarantine. That's what I would expect. Then 3 months later, we had the protests, the rioting, and the looting. So follow it down at the end of the 3 months. So what we have is another cycle of cycle 1. And then that will correspond with the elections, which should be good for a lot of hysteria. So we need to take everything with a grain of salt. If things cause a very emotional reaction, that might not be such a good thing. This is good, you guys. So, okay, so here's what we can expect. We don't need any dreams. We can just look to the past. He who ignores the past is doomed to repeat the past. We have Maxwell. We have China. We have 3 months. We have rioting and looting. We have the elections. Okay, now about the social media. When you're watching this stuff, say, does something seem strange here about this? You know, when you're looking at these people, does something seem strange? Is what we're seeing strange, but we're seeing something strange, but they're saying something that seems reasonable, or we're hearing something strange, but we're seeing something odd. So it's not altogether something we could go, yeah, that makes sense. There's that element of illogic there, and usually that goes with deception. Okay, I posted videos on Twitter for you guys to see. NBC doctor now admits he's lying about the illness. Wonder what else? Possibly he's not a doctor. And at the time I saw this doctor, and it's on Florida Marquee. It's a good show. At the time I saw this doctor, I thought it was weird because, you know, I was a nurse and, you know, we wear masks and gloves and it pretty much protects us. Possibly what was happening with the COVID is they didn't have sufficient masks and gloves. But anyway, supposedly he said he got it through his eyes. So I'm thinking about adding sunglasses to my mask and my gloves. Just be careful. So the COVID expert was lying. He didn't have the COVID. So could we say, okay, there might be lying on the social media? Yes. Another thing is, are we going to trust people entirely who are trying to get money from us? Okay, if they do anything that seems shady, don't send them your money. Another thing, I need money, you know, to run my channel. Really? I put my phone on my iPad. It doesn't cost me anything. They could work. Okay, another thing, you know, they're pushing products. Maybe the product's something you want, in that case, buy it. Okay, so for lunch I had 2 days Walmart pizza and cookies, and then I'm weaning myself off the cookies and sugar. So today I had a tuna sandwich, which was cheap too. The pizzas are $1. The tuna sandwich was 1 whole can of tuna in a sandwich, and I bought it at 60-something cents at Walmart, and I switched my cookies for chips. Okay, now there's another story. Unemployment benefits wiped from accounts with no explanation. Okay, they posted that video last night about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just happened to be up, and evidently the people were like from another state claiming the unemployment in Arizona. And so what happened is they just, and it was like thousands of dollars, like $5,000, and wiped it from their account. So be aware that something like that could happen. I usually take all my money out, taking no chances. That was ABC 15 Arizona Bank of America prepaid card. So the people called the state, then they called, well, they called Bank of America, then they called the state, and they said it was their former employer. But just know they can take all the money out of the accounts. Okay, the next one is the Common Sense Show. 33% of all Americans will be evicted this summer. That's possible if you haven't paid your rent. You know, and then, you know, when I was watching the Dave Hodges show, I thought, you know, what he's saying sounds so reasonable, but he looks so strange. It looks like he has breasts with a bra on and orange lipstick. So what I was hearing sounds reasonable, but what I was saying sounds weird. Okay, what I was seeing was a bit weird, but you know, the last couple of days I looked like a clown myself because I was very tired, so I put a lot of makeup on and it really wasn't a good look. Okay, so now I learned something last time during the COVID. One, I could do business in less infected areas and I could shop in less infected areas. And so what I want to do is, in the next 6 months, I want to do what was successful this time, but I want to be extra careful because the second wave, according to history, the Spanish flu was worse. So I want to be extra careful, so I want to limit time spent in places where other people are, because one guy said he got it, the only people he was around was his neighbors, so you got to be careful. One, stockpile food, because then you can shelter in place if you need to. And number two, don't spend any money, maybe just a little food. What I'll do is I'll just keep stockpiling little by little, but this time I think I'm going to do big shopping at Costco or Smart and Final. Just buy the big huge sizes and pile the house up. And then I want to prepare for evacuation. I'm starting to see scanty toilet paper, water, masks, and gloves, so I'm buying a lot of toilet paper. And I want to evacuate my stuff to a safer area if I need to, like if there's looting or something of that nature. Another thing, if you are in a place and there are clusters, like let's say you're in a checkout, there's a person in front of you, a person in back of you, there's you, and a person on both sides that's not six feet, just leave. Don't even stay 5 minutes. Don't even stay 3 minutes. You should leave. Any area, any unsafe area, leave immediately. So I think that's about it for tonight, and this is a pretty good little meal. I will taste it. I already know this is good because, you know, there was another half to this sausage, and this is what I made. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.